Good morning, America. If you've been shivering through early February, I have fantastic news. After a relentless blast of Arctic air, especially in the Midwest and Northeast, a major pattern change is coming. We're about to trade bone-chilling temperatures for a widespread spring-like warm-up that millions will feel. Highs that struggle to reach the teens will soon soar into the 50s and 60s in places that were recently frozen solid. Get ready to shed some layers as we break down what's causing this dramatic flip, and what it means for you. Let's dive into the science behind this February surprise, and see which regions will experience the most dramatic changes. Let's talk about the polar vortex, a swirling mass of cold air high above the North Pole. When it's strong, it locks the cold up north, but when it weakens, frigid air escapes and plunges south, bringing those deep freezes we just endured. This winter, a wobbly vortex unleashed Arctic air across North America. Now the vortex is consolidating and strengthening, pulling that cold air back to the pole. This shift is the master switch for our winter weather, setting the stage for a dramatic warm-up. As the vortex tightens, it changes the flow of the atmosphere, shutting the door on the deep freeze. The result? A chain reaction that brings much warmer conditions to the US. Let's see how this plays out on the ground. Here's the good news. The polar vortex is now our ally. As it strengthens, it pulls frigid air north and seals it in, shutting off the pipeline of Arctic cold to the US. This triggers a major shift in the jet stream, flattening it out and allowing milder Pacific air to sweep across the country. With the sun getting stronger and the vortex holding steady, the worst of winter's cold is likely behind us. This atmospheric reorganization is why we'll feel such a sudden, welcome thaw. So, when you hear the vortex is getting stronger, it's great news for warm weather lovers. Let's look at how this change in the upper atmosphere will transform our weather. With the polar vortex locking up the Arctic cold far to the north, the jet stream is beginning to flatten out across the continent. This shift in the upper atmosphere is a major turning point in our winter weather pattern. Instead of the jet stream plunging deep into the southern states and dragging down bitter Arctic air, it's now taking a more level, west-to-east path. This subtle but powerful change is like opening a gate, allowing a new kind of air mass to sweep across the country. Rather than acting as a conveyor belt for frigid temperatures, the jet stream is now ushering in milder, moisture-laden air straight from the Pacific Ocean. This west-to-east flow is significant. It means the relentless cold that's dominated much of the central and eastern US is finally being pushed aside. Satellite imagery shows clouds and moisture streaming inland, a clear sign that the Pacific is taking charge of our weather. The air arriving from the Pacific is not only warmer, but also carries more humidity. As it spreads across the country, it displaces the dense, dry cold that's been gripping cities and towns from the Midwest to the East Coast. You might notice the difference in the air itself: milder mornings, a touch of dampness, and even fog in places that have been bone dry and icy for weeks. People are trading heavy parkas for lighter jackets, and the atmosphere feels noticeably softer. The result is almost like nature turning on a giant heater. Temperatures are rising steadily, and the snow that once blanketed neighborhoods is beginning to melt away. Thermometers across the region are climbing, sometimes by 10 or even 20 degrees in just a few days. For many, it's a welcome break from the relentless chill and a chance to enjoy the outdoors again, even in the heart of winter. The most dramatic effects of this Pacific air surge will be felt during the week of February 9th. That's when the Pacific flow is expected to dominate, bringing widespread warmth and a noticeable shift in weather patterns. Meteorologists are tracking this transition closely, as it marks a clear departure from the deep freeze that's defined much of the season so far. As this milder air mass moves over the towering Rockies and spills onto the Great Plains, it warms even further. This process, is down sloping, can lead to dramatic temperature swings, sometimes causing the mercury to jump by dozens of degrees in a single afternoon. Snow melts rapidly in the foothills, and the landscape transforms almost overnight from winter white to early hints of spring. For millions of Americans, this change in the air is the direct cause of the relief they'll soon feel. Parks and city streets will fill with people eager to soak up the milder weather, and families will take advantage of the break from harsh conditions. Even pets seem to sense the difference, enjoying longer walks and more time outdoors. In a sense, our continental air conditioning is switching from its maximum cold setting to something much gentler. Icicles drip and melt, thermostats are turned down, and neighborhoods begin to emerge from their icy grip. It's a reminder of how quickly the atmosphere can change, and how the Pacific's influence can bring a welcome thaw to the heart of winter. The plains are about to undergo a transformation that will leave many in awe. In a matter of days, temperatures will surge to levels rarely seen at this time of year, with some areas experiencing readings 20 to 30 degrees above their seasonal averages. This isn't just a mild spell, it's a dramatic reversal from the deep freeze that has gripped the region for weeks. The heart of this extraordinary warmth will be centered over the northern and central plains, where the landscape will shift, almost overnight, from winter's icy grip to a preview of spring. Imagine stepping outside in Montana or South Dakota and seeing the thermometer climb into the 60s, a temperature more typical of late April than midwinter. Just days ago, these same towns were shivering in single digits, with biting winds and snowdrifts lining the streets. Now, the air will feel almost balmy, and the sun will shine with a strength that melts away the last traces of winter's chill. For many residents, it will feel like waking up in a different season altogether. Across the open fields, snow will begin to recede rapidly, revealing patches of brown grass and muddy earth beneath. The sound of dripping water will fill the air as icicles vanish and snowbanks shrink. The sun, now higher in the sky, will warm the ground and bring a sense of renewal to the landscape. For the first time in weeks, the air will lose its sharp, icy edge, replaced by a gentle breeze that carries the scent of thawing earth. The Midwest will not be left out of this remarkable warm-up. Cities like Chicago and Minneapolis, which have endured relentless cold and snow, will see temperatures climb into the 40s and even 50s. Sidewalks once slick with ice will become walkable again, and people will trade heavy coats for lighter jackets. Parks and city streets will come alive as residents take advantage of the milder weather, eager to soak up the sun and enjoy a break from winter's monotony. This dramatic thaw is being driven by a powerful meteorological phenomenon, downslope warming. As moist Pacific air surges eastward, it descends the eastern slopes of the Rockies, compressing and heating up in the process. These warm, dry Chinook winds can raise temperatures by dozens of degrees in just a few hours, turning snow-covered hillsides into muddy pastures almost overnight. It's a striking reminder of how quickly the weather can change on the plains. For farmers, ranchers, and rural communities, this sudden warmth is more than just a relief. It's a crucial window of opportunity. Fields that were frozen solid will begin to thaw, allowing early preparations for spring planting. Livestock will find it easier to graze, and daily chores will become less grueling. For families and workers, the chance to spend time outdoors without bracing against the cold is a welcome change, lifting spirits and hinting at the season to come. Outdoor work, from construction to farming, will become far more manageable and even enjoyable. Children will play outside, neighbors will gather for conversation, and communities will reconnect after weeks spent indoors. The thaw brings not just physical warmth, but a renewed sense of hope and energy to the region. Even though it's only February, the signs of spring are unmistakable. Early flowers may begin to poke through the melting snow, and the lengthening days bring brighter mornings and softer evenings. For everyone across the plains and Midwest, this extraordinary thaw is a powerful reminder that winter's hold is never permanent, and that the promise of spring is always just around the corner. After weeks of relentless cold and icy winds, a welcome transformation is sweeping across the country. The warmth will spread beyond the plains, reaching the south, southeast, and eventually the mid-Atlantic and northeast. This isn't just a brief break, it's a significant shift in the weather pattern, one that will be felt by millions. As the sun rises higher and the days grow longer, the chill that has gripped so many cities will finally loosen its hold, making way for a much-anticipated thaw. From Texas to the Carolinas, temperatures will climb into the 60s and 70s, perfect for outdoor activities and early gardening. Residents who have been cooped up indoors are now stepping outside, eager to soak up the sunshine. Parks are coming alive with joggers, cyclists, and families enjoying picnics. Gardeners are dusting off their tools, ready to plant the first seeds of the season. The air is filled with a renewed sense of energy and optimism, as people embrace the opportunity to reconnect with nature and their communities. The southern tier will bask in above-average warmth, shaking off the last of winter's chill. In cities like Atlanta, Birmingham, and New Orleans, families are gathering in parks, friends are meeting for outdoor lunches, and children are playing on sunlit playgrounds. The shift in temperature is more than just a number on the thermometer, it's a boost to morale, a signal that spring is on the horizon. Local businesses, from ice cream shops to outdoor cafes, are seeing a welcome uptick in customers as people take advantage of the pleasant weather. As the warm air moves east, cities like DC, Philadelphia, and New York will see highs in the 40s, a big relief after days of icy commutes. The streets, once slick with ice and snow, are now bustling with people wearing lighter jackets and brighter smiles. Public transportation is running more smoothly, and the daily grind feels a little less daunting. For many, this change means safer travel, fewer delays, and a chance to enjoy the city without the constant battle against the elements. Even the Northeast, which faced the harshest cold, will finally get a break as highs rebound into the 30s and 40s. In places like Boston and Hartford, the stubborn patches of snow are beginning to melt, revealing green grass beneath. Families are venturing out for walks, and children are building the season's last snowmen before the remnants disappear. The mood is noticeably lighter, as neighbors greet each other with relief and hope for milder days ahead. This marks a crucial turning point, moving from dangerous cold to manageable winter weather. The risk of frostbite and hazardous roads is fading, replaced by the simple pleasures of a brisk but comfortable day. People are shedding heavy coats and scarves, trading them for lighter layers and sunglasses. The cityscape itself seems to brighten, with more people out and about, enjoying the fresh air and the promise of better days. Nearly everyone east of the Rockies will share in this February surprise. From the bustling streets of Chicago to the quiet neighborhoods of the Carolinas, communities are united by this welcome change. It's a rare moment when so many can collectively enjoy the same uplifting weather, regardless of where they live. The shared experience brings people together, sparking conversations about weekend plans, outdoor events, and the simple joy of feeling the sun again. It's a widespread pattern change that brings a collective sigh of relief. For families, workers, and students alike, this shift means more than just warmer temperatures. It's a chance to reconnect, to recharge, and to look forward to the coming weeks with renewed hope. As the nation emerges from the grip of winter, the promise of spring feels closer than ever, and the mood across the region is unmistakably brighter. For many, especially in the Midwest and Northeast, this warm-up will feel like stepping out of a freezer into spring. After weeks of single-digit highs, 40 or 50 degrees will feel balmy. Time to swap heavy coats for lighter jackets. The sun will finally feel warm, and the air will lose its painful edge. People will be more cheerful and active, enjoying simple pleasures like outdoor walks and kids playing outside. The constant hum of the furnace will quiet, and heating bills may drop. In places like the Dakotas and Montana, the change will be breathtaking. Fast-forwarding through 6 weeks of weather and days. Melting snow, dripping icicles, and the smell of damp earth will signal the shift. This February thaw is a beautiful, much-needed preview of spring. The speed of this warm-up matters, and thankfully, it's gradual. A slow thaw is far safer than a rapid spike which can cause flooding and ice jams. In 1996, a sudden warm-up with heavy rain led to devastating floods in the Northeast. This time, dry Pacific air and sunshine will drive the melt, not heavy rain. Snow and ice will shrink slowly, giving rivers and streams time to adjust. This controlled melt reduces the risk of flooding and ice jams. We're trading extreme cold for warmth without inviting new hazards. It's the safest way for winter to loosen its grip. As we enjoy this spring-like air, remember, winter isn't over yet. Daytime melting and nighttime freezing can create dangerous black ice on roads and sidewalks. Be extra cautious during morning commutes and watch for hidden ice. Melting weakens ice on rivers and lakes, so stay off. It may look solid, but is unsafe. Watch for falling snow and ice from rooftops as things thaw. Don't pack away your winter gear just yet. Another cold snap is still possible. Embrace the thaw but stay alert to lingering risks. Enjoy this preview of spring, safely and smartly.